going. I see that the lens was recording.
Oh, what is this? This goes around here, I guess, right?
It's plugged in. Is that plugged in, right?
The video was made to show the apprentice bricklayer that the practical procedure for laying brick. Cosmo Vitale, a bricklaying instructor from Local 18, Leroy Wilson, bricklaying instructor from Local 13, Mark Bassinger, bricklayer from Local 18, and Jason Marino, bricklayer from Local 13, will try to put this film together for the first year students. First of all, I'd like to thank the three gentlemen that's going to help me with this here. We're going to try and put together the first year the practical experience that you go run into when you first come to school. Now the basic tools that a bricklayer uses in the first year will be his trowel. And we're going to have two trowels. Jason will hold them up, Jason. And by the way, it's my buddy Jason there. We got two trowels. Usually the small trowels are for brick piers, and the big trowels are for blocks. And big blocks, we got to spread a lot of mortar. The next tool will be levels. We have two levels. We have 2-foot level for small piers, and the 4-foot level will be for corners, block corners. There's a 4-footer, and on his right hand is his 2-footer. In the level are something like alcohol, so it doesn't freeze in the winter time. The next thing we're going to use is a joiner. This is the basic tool that you should have when you come to the first year. We got a concave jointer. Usually the jointer is used not only to make the the cement tight against the brick, but it also waterproofs the brick wall by using the jointer. There's no porous holes in it. The next one is the rule. Usually every course is usually 8 inches. That's the modular thing today, is 8 inch per course. And of course the bricklayer hammer. As you go use that, this happens to be a smaller hammer, but they have bigger ones. Okay. And then we have the chisel, or a bolster. Usually it's 4 inches wide, cutting blocks and brick. It's a very handy tool to have. In fact, you have to have it. And the square, one would just give you a piece of job to do and say, hey, square that off. Must have a square, which is critical. And of course, the pencil and the marker. It's good to have a pencil because the foreman says, hey, put a mark on that wall. You ain't going to say to the foreman, do you have a pencil? You got to have a pencil, okay? But that's the basic procedure. Trowel, 2 trowels, maybe level, joiners, rule, hammer, chisel, square, and a pencil or some kind of marker. Again, we're going to show you what you're going to do the first year. We'll put you up on a piece of plywood, and you go a spread mortar. Okay, Jay. There's a trick to it. Compact the mortar on the trowel so it's nice and compact and spread. By the way, this plywood that he's using is this is a very fancy knack to this. You can't learn this overnight. It takes a couple of days. That, like I was saying before, that plywood is 4 by 4, 4 feet by 4 feet. You can spread the whole plywood. You're doing pretty good. And I don't think Jay's going to do it the small one. I bet you if he grabs the big trowel, he might be able to spread the whole 4 foot. Just constantly doing it over again. Compact the mortar, Keep it uniform, the mortar. Years ago, when they spread mortar, it was very soft mortar, and it was very slippery mortar. In other words, you could, instead of trying to compact, you used to dig right into the mortar and spread with one shot. Of course, they didn't have the blocks they had today. Today, these blocks here, the webs are less than 2 inches wide. So now you have to more or less dip this mortar when you spread it. You just can't get in there and try and do it with one shot. You gotta like dip it, each piece, so you don't lose too much mortar. We don't want to waste any mortar on a job. Foreman sees you waste mortar, forget about it. Not only are you wasting your money, but the labor, it takes to waste this stuff is expensive today. You know, if I was a boss and bricklayers were dropping mortar all over, I wouldn't tolerate it. Of course, you can't help it a little bit, you know. Jay, grab that big trowel, see what we can do with it. I'm sure he can stretch it over. 4 foot and apply it. Big trowel, let's see what we can have with the big trowel. We should be able to spread that whole 4 foot. Down here, he's getting there. Notice the way he has his thumb up on top of the trowel. That thumb can turn that trowel either way. And always keep your elbow and your arm very loose. Don't stiffen up. Just push that mortar right off a little bit at a time. All right, what we're going to do now is set up a 2x4, Jay. Set the 2x4 up. And we'll make out that that's a web of a block. It's in the corner, buddy. It's in the corner over there, isn't it? All right. I usually have this fellas put a 4 foot 2x4 down. Acts like a web of a block. You can spread that 4 foot without getting too much mortar all over that board. You're doing pretty good. Pretty good shot, Jay. You don't lose that much. If you notice, he picks the asset mortar from the side of the 2x4 and puts it right back on the 2x4. He tries not to waste too much of it. Like I say, try not to waste mortar. You can't help waste a little bit. You notice, Jay, what he's doing now. He's taking the excess mortar, like I said before, and he's catching it. Because when you put the block down or the brick, you don't want the mortar to fall all over. It's very critical that we save the mortar. Good bricklayer doesn't waste too much mortar. He spreads the mortar, catches it off the 2x4, he puts it right back on the wall. Doesn't waste nothing. That's the way it should be. Keep this up, keep your thumb on top of the trowel. Keep your elbow nice and loose. That thumb will regulate that twist of that trowel. That and your wrist, of course. Like I say, you can't learn this overnight, no way. It's just like a juggler. The juggler, he starts off juggling paper tissues, because it takes that slower to come down when he throws up here. Then later on, he's into knives and everything else. Practice makes perfect. And the main thing is, once more, try not to waste any mortar. And that's what we have. We're practicing this now. During the course of the evening, that mortar would get a little stiff. Now it ain't bad. We can temper it up, a little water in it. And by the way, we're using sand and lime. And when I'm done with the mortar tonight, the next crew tomorrow night will come in and temper the same mortar up. And we can use it darn near 6-7 months. Okay, well, I think we'll knock this off. You got an idea, fellas. Try not to waste the mortar. Keep your wrist and your elbow, keep your right hand, whatever hand you're using, nice and loose. And let that thumb and the wrist do the twisting, okay? And now what we're going to do now, on the same board, after you get done spreading, we put a unit, a cinder block up on the board, and now Jay will proceed to butter the ears, what we call the ears of the end of the block. And when you start off, you can start off with doing one ear at a time. Jay, you do that a couple of times. Make full cross joints. And you get the idea about this now. Later on, I'll show you how a little faster way than this. But just beginning, you just do one ear at a time, or one end of the block at a time. You butter up the ears of the block, it's already put in the wall. It's all ready to be put into the wall. There's no hurry, he's not wasting no mortar again. And if you notice, when he does that, he takes the cement and compacts it, presses it against the block. So when you pick up the block, the cement don't come off. The cement has a tendency of being a little bit sticky. So by pressing it down onto the block, you get a better view right here. That's it. See how he pressed that down like that? That's beautiful. Then when he picks up the block, that's beautiful. Look at that. Now when he picks that block up, there's no problem there about that mortar falling off. Years ago, the old-time bricklayers, they used to pile that ear up so bad it was pathetic. But they wanted full cross joints. Well, we're giving full cross joints here too. Take your time. See how we cut that down? A couple more times, Jay, then we'll show them how to do 2 ears at once. Save a trip. Every time, every little move means a lot. Every time you got to make a move, you go back to that tub, you're bending over, you're wasting moves. Now we'll take that off and try it once more, Jay. Look at that. One shot there, one shot there. And compacts it so it don't fall off. Okay, now if you learn that pretty good, Jay's going to proceed now to get enough cement on his trowel. The main thing about the learning how to do this is the right amount of cement on the trowel. Not too little and not too much. Now he's going to do 2 at once. And he presses the mortar down. He did 2 ears at once. That's pretty darn good. He only made one move. It wasn't like from the beginning. We did 1 at a time. We're doing 2 at a time now. Good shot. Okay, Jay, you do that about 2 more times and we'll go on the next step. Okay, buddy. Give me one more shot, Jay. At this point in time, you learn how to spread mortar, and you learn how to butter up the ears of the block. Lord knows we don't want you to go on a job and waste that man's cement. We don't need that. Once more, Jay, and that'll be it. You notice he took the mortar and he shook it down onto the trowel so it sticks better. There's more control of the cement. Okay, buddy. Now what we're going to do now, we're going to make a little pyramid type wall out of 8-inch blocks. Jay has took his level. He's going to put a mark down. Mark down on the floor. Make it nice and thick. And then he's going to start laying blocks. Notice, fellas, how he put his levels in the block. If you ever had a contest and the judge comes around and sees you with levels on the floor, that's not a very smart move. Always keep your levels in the blocks. Okay, put the mark down, the pencil mark. Let's see if I can pick that up. And he doesn't put the cement on that mark. He keeps that mark visible at all times. Puts the block down, he's going to level it. Then he's going to plumb it. He's going to plumb it, right? Okay. No. Plumb it up first, and then we get the height. Plumb it up nice. Usually they plumb the face of the block, because some of these blocks, or units, whatever you want to call them, they're not perfectly square. But being that he's working on the face of the wall, it's facing him, he plumbs that face of that block. Now you can take the height, Joe. Get the 8 inches from the end, and that's where you go take the height all the time, from the end of that block. Second block. First block is level, plumb. He has his 8 inches. If you notice, we can still see that line. He did not put any mortar on the line. What's the use of putting it down the line if you go spread mortar all over it? Sometimes you go on a job and the foreman has a line down already. He says, hey, start laying out these blocks. You don't want to start throwing mortar on the line. My goodness, you do that, you go lose the line. Wall look like a banana. You don't want that. Okay, I would use the small level of plumb. Okay, buddy? Always use the small level. It's easier to handle. Does a much better job. By the way, Jay just came to school a couple weeks ago, and he's doing very, very good. Very good. I'm very proud of him. I have hopes for him at a contest in Atlantic City. And by the way, this school, always came in the running at a contest. We have good instructors. We have Miss Dione, director of the school, Artie Torrey from Local 13, one hell of an instructor. My partner, Leroy Wilson, You'll see him on tapes later. He's a mathematic genius who shows how to do fractions later on, which is very important for the first year.
Wait, Kai, you want to cut that for a minute?
Okay. You notice, people, Jay is in no hurry to do this project. He is taking his time, and there's no rush. Speed comes automatically. If you think you're going to come into school and do a lot of work real fast, forget about it. You must do it right. Speed comes automatically. Leveled it. Puts them levels right back in that block again. Comes that block. He ranges them. And fellas, ranging the block is just as important as plumbing it and leveling it. To get that range so all them blocks get flush. And by golly, you look close, you can still see the line on the bottom. Yeah, 7 3/4 from the end. Now with these units, blocks are 15 and a half, 15 and 5/8. We're taking the center of that 15 and a half, we're measuring in 7 3/4. 7 3/4 is half of that block. That's what they call half bond. All your bonds, your Flemish bond, your Dutch bond, your stretcher bond, header courses, will come in the second and third year. All we're doing is trying to concentrate on the first year apprentices. There's all types of brickwork, there's glass block, PG tile. This is a high-class video. We have a laser here. Never done pretty good without a laser. So he's getting his mortar just right. If the mortar too wet or too stiff, forget about it. The mortar has to be just right. Not if they start mixing up, it becomes too wet, and they can't gain the height. Some of them make it too stiff, they're too high. We'll proceed again, spreading that mortar. Well, you didn't lose too much that time, that's great. Of course, here we can bend down and pick the mortar up. We're working up 10 stories in the air. You drop that mortar, forget about it. Just putting that block, the second course, right on that mark. 7 3/4 in. That second course would be half pond. Again, he uses the short level, level it, plumb it, and check out the height, and we proceed to lay the fifth block. He's got his foot against the bottom of the level, make sure it's nice and flush, nice and plumb. You got that plumb, huh, Jay?
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. Oh, Jay, where he wants it, just go.
I want you to actually start over there then, right?
He's got the height within reason, right, Jay?
Yep.
Good. 16, right?
16.
You got it, buddy. By the way, Jay is donating his time to come here tonight. I certainly appreciate it. Slept a little bit early before the class came in. Gotta have a touch for this, fellas. You gotta have a touch for it. It's not easy, okay? It's not easy. You notice that level is facing right on the end. It's not outside or in the middle. It's right facing him on that side where that's his face, will be his face work. If you look at the wall, you're going to see the face work. You're not going to see the back of the wall. You're going to see the face of the wall. On that side up, on the other side up. And range it again. Range it to the other part when you get done. You plumb the both ends. You don't have to plumb the middle, just the ends and range it. Now he's checking with the first course, ranging it. Ranging it is very important. Okay, now what we're going to do now, we're going to plumb down the first course. Get a mark on the first course. You notice the level is turned flat. We're plumbing up the bond, which is the second block actually laid. So if we run the wall of 8 or 10 courses, every block's supposed to be over the other block. Plumb that block, and that's the way you set the other one. Right on that mark. That block on the third course is actually the second block we laid on the first course. He's leveling it. It's very critical how you hit the blocks when you level, fellas. If you hit the block the wrong way, let's say you want to level it, but you hit the block in the back with the handle of the trowel, the block is going to come crooked. Plumb each end of the block. Plumb both ends.
You want to take a close-up?
Range it now. You notice he's ranging from the first, second, and third course. It hits on all fours, which is beautiful. And I tell you, fellas, if you do this project, then we put you on a small corner. And then later on in the video, after this, we'll show you how to build an 8-inch corner. And an 8-inch corner, there's 28 blocks. 28 blocks are 7 courses high. Usually 7 courses is square foot high. But that can vary to a point too, according to our scaffolding. And now he's cleaning. Always keep your area nice and clean, people. Like I said before, if the judge comes around and sees the floor dirty or sloppy, for neatness, he'll just give you bad points. He won't give you what you should get. I think it's 10 points for neatness. Now Jay will proceed to join it up with his joiner, concave jointer. Take the concave jointer, half-inch jointer, and he's filling up the holes. Can't help but leave little holes now and then. Join up his joiner. Any holes, he takes it right off the trowel. See, by watching that, you can learn a lot. Just by watching, okay?
Yep.
It's gonna look nice. You notice, fellas, he used his joiner to put the cement on. He didn't plaster it up. Some of you fellas have a tendency of taking a big trowel of cement and filling the holes. It's not the proper way. One tool we didn't show you before. Jay, you want to show us that rubber float? We didn't show you the rubber float before, okay? So you just, go ahead. You just float down the work real nice. Throw all the excess cement off the joints. You clean the floor up once more. We'll go over the work again with the joiner. Be nice and smooth, be all ready for painting. Of course, in houses, not a basement, they don't usually paint the walls, but in factories and big buildings, they usually paint them. Looks nice. All right, Jay, I think that's a very good job. Thanks a lot, buddy, okay? Give you one more shot, buddy. Over here, at me. Good. The school is the New Jersey Bricklayers and Masons and Plasters, 524 William Street, East Orange, New Jersey.
Zip code.
I will go have two men working on a block, 8-inch wall, and Jason again will pull the line on the right. Now, the wall. Wall, so what they're going to do is spread the whole wall, and then they'll start laying blocks together. This procedure is to show you how you work together on the wall. And you notice what a nice job Al's doing. He's not spilling the mortar. Al just started here. He's got a couple of hours in, quite about 500 hours, doing great here. Again, we'll go show you how two men work on the block together. Jason's setting the blocks. Real fine job. Now, buttoning the ears up, helping Jason set the block in the wall. Now, these are 8-inch blocks, so there's usually one man per block on the course. But we're showing you, like if you have 12-inch blocks or 18-inch blocks, become quite big today. There's always two men on the block. Again, Al has got his block all set up, and Jason's ready to lay that block. Okay? Well, Al is getting ready for the other block. Jason's setting that right to the line. Between the line and the block, always leave a little space between the line and the block. This way here, you won't crowd the line. Always supposed to be a thickness of a space between the line and the block. setting up the next block. Now after one course of blocks are all laid there, and we'll proceed to put the line up when he sets this block. The line up, Jason raised his line up, and they'll proceed to spread the mortar again. The mortar should be just tempered right. If it's too wet, it's no good, especially for blocks, it's too wet. The right consistency makes a good bricklayer. Too wet is no good. And too stiff, of course, is no good neither. This seems to be a nice batch of mortar, nice stuff on it. Spread this line out, and let's proceed to lay the second course. Up to spreading the wall, finishing that wall of spreading it, Jason's already getting ready for the other half. Second course will be a half on it, and while he's doing that, I'll set up another block. Just like clockwork here. No wasted motion. Jason is keeping the block away from the line, about the thickness of the trowel. It seems every bricklayer knows every move. They don't have to talk. If they want to talk, they can talk, but they haven't said a word. Every bricklayer knows his own move. Remember earlier we taught you how to butter the ears of the block? Well, instead of doing one ear at a time, Al is pretty good. He's doing 2 ears at once. It wastes, but they save a lot of motion and back bending.
What's going to happen? You keep getting on that.
The tricks of the trade is to make it easy on yourself. The less bending you do, the easier it's going to be on your back. Putting another half in, I'll switch around to show you what the other one fellows are doing in the class this evening. You go, and he's still on the pyramid, he's trying to get it perfect. Perfect. Practice makes perfect. He'll be a good bricklayer, Jimmy is more experienced than the other fellas, and I put Pat on a 4-inch corner wall, 4-inch block wall in the corner. Little tricky. God bless you there. Little tricky. You got to start over about 11.5-inch piece. Pat just started a couple weeks ago. He's doing great. Now we get somebody else. Again, Mark is putting the line on the right. The man on the right always pulls the line. A little more mortar mix, and Mark and Jason will lay the other course. Now we'll take a break. Mark and Jason get done with this whole course. We're going to have Mark and Al run up a short corner here. Two men can work on the corner as well as on the line, especially 12-inch blocks. These, we don't have any 12-inch blocks, so we're just making out that they're 12. The idea is to show you how two men can work together with no confusion, that's what I was looking for, the word confusion. Again, Mark is to be spread on his side, Jason be spread on his side, come together, and they start laying blocks. Got the line up. Don't even touch that line. Don't even touch that line. A few weeks ago, trying to get that pyramid to the through. Practice makes perfect. Again, Mark is driving this time. Mark's on the right, Jason on the left. Jason to help me this time. Mark has been a journeyman about 5, 6, 7 years already. Jason's been laying brick about 4, 5, 6 months, whatever. This is the first time I handled a video, so I hope it turns out good. Probably need a little more practice in video. Again, Mark Bassinger is from local 18, and Jason Marino is from local 13. Jason's cleaning up the cement on the floor. So I told you before, fellas, always keep your area nice and clean. If you're in a contest, at a contest, they don't like mortar all over the floor. Judges. The judge you want to leave it. Manipulation of tools. It's all around Alright, I think that's very good, fellas. Mark and Alan Klein. By the way, Alan's from local 13. Alan's doing a pretty good job. Mark, again, is from local 18. stocks of the trade. Pretty good looking guy, you know me? Look at me. We lie a little bit here, you know. Make it a little bit happy. Make it happy. The wall is nice and level. Plumbing, the corner, the lead, plumbing the lead. When you plumb the lead, you plumb the corner before you go arrange it, like you're doing now. Always hold the level up in the air, up on top of the block. That's the true grip right there. Okay? Working real good. Again, Al is leveling his box. From the corner. I guess he's setting up on Mark. Boy, that's all right. He wants it right. Nothing wrong with that. Then you go arrange it. Start spreading out for the other course. I guess it's time I get my picture in this paper and just throw it here. Just a minute on there. New Jersey Bricklayers, Masonry classes, 524 Green Street, East Orange, New Jersey.
Now you worry about 2 minutes in.
I hope to see you all at the next
Get it up.
Bricklaying contest.
Okay? Get it up first. Because after that, I'm going to change
Guys that took part in this film,
I relay it.
Klein from 13, Mark Bassinger from local 18, Leroy Wilson, bricklaying instructor, from 13, myself, Cosmo Vitale from local 18. Also, Jason Marino from local 13 also. And they donated their time and for the video. And sending it into the international to use it for your own, no problem. I think if you give the young fellows in the first year a little knowledge of what bricklaying is all about. The first book I ever owned was a book dated 1924, and the president of the International Union at that time was President Pierce. And he this bricklayer man must have wrote a book all about bricklaying. That was the first book I ever picked up, and I still own that book. Bricklayers of Mason Plasters International Union, 1924. President Thomas R. Pierce. Let me check that name out. R-E-E-C-E. He was president of the International Union. It's the first book I ever owned. It's this book. Some writer wrote the story how to lay brick. And the International approved it. And, that's what it says in the letter anyway. Nothing.
What about this button here? You have to hold this button down?
Yeah, that's the starter. I did that already. Yeah. What we're going to do now, we're going to put the line block on the left-hand side of the wall. You notice how Pat did that. He's put a loop in there. He's going to come around the back way of the block. The back way, Pat. Okay? Now he's ready to put the He's ready to put the line on, the block on. Block on. Anthony, pull a line. Remember, the man on the right always pulls the line. The man on the right always pull it tight too. Anthony, real tight on the first course. Make it tight. You have about a 60 to 70 pound thrust on that line. I want it real tight. Pulls the line. It's about a 60 pound, hey, quiet on the noise. There's about a 60 pound thrust on that line.
Tyrone, you got a line trick?
All right. After the line is up, we go set the trig. Patty, you go set the trig for us, okay, buddy? The line is up. The man on the right pulls the line. The trig man will set the trig. After the trig is set, then bricklayers, we lay brick. Okay? We do not lay brick until the trig is set. We leveled off the brick, and that should be just level right there. Pat will set the trig, and it's called a trig, people, not a twig, a trig. As soon as that trig is set, bricklayers, start laying brick, okay? Now, let me explain something as we go along here. Start laying brick, Tyrone. Start laying brick. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to start yelling. I want it done right. Start laying. Do not touch the line. We have 2, 3, 4, 5 people on the line. We do not want to touch the line. Once you lay out the first course, you square the first course away. Square it with a square. Now, get off your knees. Anthony, get off your knees. You're not in church. Okay? We're not kidding now. Now, I'm going to criticize you people something fierce. I'm only doing that to show you the proper way to lay brick. You've got 6 of you guys on the line. We do not want to hit the line. Okay? If I see a mistake, I'm going to yell out. Stay a trowel's distance away from the line. If you people start hitting the line, you're going to knock out all your people here. You don't want to do that. Finally got it squared away. Good. The next thing you do, Anthony, is lay the brick to the line. The first brick, the nearest to the line, lay them first. Lay the brick right. You got it, buddy. Lay the brick nearest the line first. Then go back to the brick and back of that. Bricks. You lay one on top of that line, you set the trig. You must be 1 brick ahead of the people on the line because you are setting the trig. Don't forget the square. You got a square up here, okay? Square off that first pier. You're doing right. You're leveling it from the line back. Good, Tyrone. Good, Pat, you got the square, square it away. Now we're very competitive right now. We're teaching each bricklayer to beat his opponent out. That's the part of the game. We don't need lazy people bricklaying, we need hustlers. Very good, Rich, very good. Keep going, I'm talking to the video. Squaring away from the front to the back. The front is already squared away because we have a line on it. What you want, Tyrone? What?
Use mine, Ty.
Doing here now, I'm giving you people the bum's rush. In other words, we're trying to make this a competitive affair. I told you from the beginning of the tape, you use a 2-foot level and a 4-foot level. On brick piers, you use a 2-foot level. And that's what we're using now, a 2-foot level. We're working on the line. We're squaring away the first course according to the line. Spread the mortar until the line goes up. Do not spread mortar until the line goes up. And the only one that didn't lay that last brick. Anthony, lay that brick, buddy. Okay, Anthony will do it. Tyrone is squaring his away. Pat's ready to set the trig up as soon as we call for the line. Robert's throwing the cross joints up, and Richie's throwing all the holes up. Good.
Now you gotta stay up with it this time.
Right away, Anthony. We gotta raise the line up, okay? We ain't fooling around with you people. We got to raise the line up. Raise the line up. Richie, raise the line up. Roy, raise the line up, buddy. Raise it up, Anthony. Next course. Set the trig, Pat. Do not spread the mortar until the trig is set. And there it is, set. Start spreading mortar, gentlemen.
All right,
Get the second course. Give him hell, Roy. Get on him. Roy, get on him, suckers. Good, Anthony. You must level that brick now. You're to the line, but you must level back. Now, by the way, people, we're working overtime. Don't do that, Leroy. You're all right, buddy. You look beautiful in the camera. Well, like I said last week, you're right. Let's go. I'm giving you the bum's rush. Let's get it done here. You need one hand to lay brick, Robin, not two. One hand to lay bricks. And by the way, people, we're very remiss when we started off on this darn thing. A bricklayer never puts his trowel down. Even laying blocks. I forgot to lay that. I forgot to tell you people that before when we were laying blocks. Never put your trowel down. A good bricklayer never puts his trowel down. Never. Good students. These fellas have only been laying brick about 7 or 8 times, okay? And they're doing great. Practice makes perfect. They're not professionals, but I guarantee you one thing, they will be. They will be, okay? They only came to school 7 or 8 times, and they're doing great. And I'm proud of them. Think it's easy to lay brick? Try it sometimes. You might dislike it. All they're doing is coming to school and trying to make a living here. And I'm proud of them. Let's just hustle up a little bit, okay, people? Let's hustle up a little bit. Let's get them brick laid. I want some brick laid today, okay? You lay the brick to the line and you level back. Good.
Look at it, look at it. See, the eyes will do a whole lot for you, gentlemen, a whole lot.
Use your eyes, right. Set the next trig, Pat. Set the next one, baby. Get up there. You got a modular roller? You got the modular 3/4 is 8 inches. Lay the brick. Lay the brick. Lay the brick on the 3rd course. Then measure up 8 inches. Get ahead with the trig. The trig is the only one that goes ahead of the line. As soon as that trig is up, there's lines going up, people. Okay? I want you to shake it up tonight. Lay them suckers. You're getting paid a lot of money for doing this. We want you to work. Not easy. Try it. Plumb it up. Tell me when that trigger's set, Pat.
All right.
Course joint on them brick. Come on. You've got to put mortar between the brick and the cement. I mean, between the... What the hell? I just carried away myself. Yeah, part of the trade, you get wacky after a while. Trig set, Pat. Put the line up. Anthony, put the line up. Put the line up. Call down to Richie that you put the line up now. Move the trig up, Pat. Let's go. Move it up. Move the line up, Rich. Thank you very much. The trig is set. We're ready for the 3rd course, gentlemen. The 3rd course. Move it out. What's going on? Stay away from the line. 1 trowel length away from the line. Good. 1 trowel length away from the line. Let's lay brick, gentlemen. Anthony, let's go. Start the 3rd course, buddy. Fully your course joints up. You're doing great.
You're looking good, gentlemen.
Better believe it. You've only been here a couple of times. You can't expect miracles. You're doing great, believe me. Always stay 1 brick ahead on the tree. Beautiful. Just that 1 brick. You call for the line, you put the trigger. Let's go, Tyrone. Pull out, Anthony. Okay, buddy? We're under pressure now, gentlemen. This is how it is. If you don't like it, don't get discouraged. Richie, put that level in your block. Put the level in your block. I tell you that from day 1. Right. He came in tonight, signed up. He just learned how to spread more on that 2x4 again. He's practicing. Sloppy job, but he's getting there. Right from the beginning, people, a bricklayer never takes the trowel out of his hand. Put the line up, Richie. Put the line up. Anthony, put the line up. Pat, remove the trig. Remove the trig and raise it up. Anthony, tell him when you got it up.
Good.
Good. Raise it up. Richie, is it up?
Up.
Talk to your opponent over there. Trig set, Pat?
Yep.
Trig is set. Lay brick, people. Lay brick. Now. And that's how it is on the job. Under pressure. because you're supposed to be bricklayers.
Where's Jake? Jason ain't coming either?
No, Jason ain't coming. Jason was just here.
Just lay them brick. Stay a trowel away from the line. And as I said before, and I'm not going to say this no more, we're coming out a couple of times. These guys are terrific. Terrific. Believe me when I tell you, terrific. And by the way, last week, 2 bricklayers built this chimney here. Top of the chimney, cobbling it out. For 8 or 9 times coming to school. Look, check this out. All brick chimney. Real nice. I love it. Great. Put that last brick in there. Don't look at it. And keep your floor clean. Keep the area clean. Very good, Robert. Let's not work in a lot of mess. Bricklayer's supposed to be neat. Nice and clean.
Very neat, Mo.
Pat, move that trig down to your left and set another trig. Right. Get ahead of the line. The trig should always be 1 brick ahead of the line. Don't hit it now, it's too late, buddy. Lay the trig.
28, 12.
I can get it for 15. 15 bucks.
Look at that corner.
These guys are doing one hell of a good job. I got some bricklayers in this class, I tell you right now.
Yeah.
Anthony did a heck of a job on that pier there. Anthony D'Antonio, what a bricklayer he's going to be. When you guys get off your vacation, he's going to make you look sick. You guys could never lay up that many bricks on a pier. You watch. Where's Anthony at? Anthony, put your mug here. You ugly bugger, you. Put the line up. Anthony, put the line up. Raise the trig up, Patty. They're all out. What a crew I got here. What a crew. Yup, Richie.
What's up?
Tell your partner, yell down there, say, partner, I'm up, buddy. Holes in his pier. Tyrone ain't got no holes. Anthony ain't got no holes. Robin ain't got no holes. Uh-oh. Pull them holes up, Richie. Good. Trial away from the line. Tyrone. You got it.
Yeah.
Either that one or that one? Oh, that was saying. That's what that was saying.
Now, I know I have you under a little pressure, gentlemen, but don't worry about it. You'll get used to it. When these foremen start yelling like I am, like an imbecile I am, pay me no mind. Do the best you can. Give us the little instructions here how to lay brick. By the way, people, Anthony did build that pier up on the end here tonight. Did a heck of a good job. He came in late tonight, he got hurt. Fell off the roof about, how many stories, maybe 10 stories?
Yeah.
Oh my God, he fell off the roof 10 stories. I think he's showing off a little bit. Just a little bit. Now he says, put the line up. What a bum he is.
Get the line up.
Put the line up, Richie. Anthony says, put the line up. Drop the trig, Pat. Put the trig up. Let's go, Anthony. You asked for it, baby. Put the line up. You asked for it. What a bunch of crumbs. Set the trig, Pat. Set the trig.
I'm going to pass.
You ain't up there yet. That's why I told you before. 3 times. I said, Pat, lay the brick on the line first. This is what I mean. Now you're in the hole. Now we'll see how smart you are next time. There's the trig is up. Now you can lay pipe. Lay brick. Well, pipe, brick, the same thing. Let's go. Lay him up. Plumb that now. Don't
Pat, you rushed me.
foul up my bricklaying now, Patty.
You rushed me. I didn't even level.
Yeah, rushing you. I told you. Now let's see how smart you are. Lay the brick to the line first. Don't plumb the middle. Plumb the end and range it. Pat, plumb the end, the corner, and range it. You don't have to plumb in the middle up here. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Lucky I can't talk to time. I'll be swearing at you guys. Time.
I ran out of brick. Time.
Come on, Anthony. You asked for the line. Do something there, boy. Lay them brick. You think it's easy? I can just hear Marie now saying,
You get a bed from this big.
Anthony, you gotta build me a brick house. All right, Anthony's kneeling down because he hurt his back. Yeah. You win some or lose some. That's it, Tyrone. Lay them brick. Put Pat in the hole there. Oh, we're on the other course. You're like an old lady there. Let's go, boy.
Yeah, I just told him.
Let's go. Never mind. Correcting anybody's work. Lay the brick. Marie wants a house built out of brick, right, Marie? The three little pigs. The three little pigs. The guy was smart. He had a house out of brick. He didn't build out of straw or wooden stick. He built out of brick. The guy wasn't stupid, that little pig. Lay him, Tyrone. Good boy. Good boy. Lay them suckers. Puppy dog. Right over.
Thank you, Pat.
Thank you very much. And you only been out of 45 minutes.
Pat, we're all getting paid for this?
Pardon?
You getting paid for this?
I didn't hear you.
Are we all getting paid?
I said I'm giving you each a tape, didn't I?
Who's paying for it?
Me.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. I'll go for it.
Get the cup.
This is,
Your bed choice smaller.
this will be a remembrance from me, okay? You know, I tell you what, fellas, I don't want to brag, but if I was a videotape man, which I'm a videotape man, if I was good as a bricklayer, this would be perfect. Guess what? Anthony's going to call for the line again, people. He's up. He wants to be a company man now. Set a trig, Pat. Don't let him get ahead of you. Lay that in there, Anthony. The Antonio. Lay that brick in there, boy. Richie, I think Anthony wants a line. Set the trig, Pat. Atta boy. You got it, buddy. Don't mind me yelling. A foreman that yells is nervous. Do I look nervous? No. Set the tree, get the height, plumb it up, put it up there. Akins is a company man, I know he is. Put the line up, buddy. Put it up. Put it up, put the trig up, Pat. Put it up, Robert. Put it up. That's the last one, huh? This will be the last course, gentlemen. After this, Leroy will show us about fractions downstairs on the blackboard. And I said at the beginning of the tape, he's a mathematical genius. And he's pretty damn good. He'll teach us fractions. Let this be the last course, okay?
All right, Bob.
Anthony,
I said this, he's gonna do it.
why did you drop the trowel out of your hand? I just got done telling the people on video, a bricklayer never drops his trowel, and here you dropped your trowel.
I was gonna let it go, that's why.
No way, Jose. If Artie Torrey was here, he'll tell you all.
All right, make me look
A
bad.
bricklayer never drops his trowel, right, Tyrone? Well, I'll tell you what, fellas, I'm very proud of you. You worked on a little pressure here tonight, and he shows you different tools. He shows you how two men can work on a block. He showed you how two men can build a corner. Now we're showing them how bricklayers can work on the line together without hitting the line out. I worked on Merck's down in Norway. There was 20 piers. There was 20 bricklayers on the pier. And them piers went up beautiful. Nobody ever hit the line out.
You gotta tap it down.
Right. Practice makes perfect.
We really haven't got that
I don't know what Leroy told him, but now he wants the line all the time. You look at the kid. Tyrone, you want the line too. Another company man. You got a lot of company men here. Lay him in there, Robert. I'm very proud of you guys, believe me. Very proud. What we'll go do now, we'll go cut this off. And Leroy Wilson, number 13, will show us how to do fractions. And that's about it in this video. You gotta know a little bit about the ruler and fractions first year. It's only the practical experience and little fundamentals about fractions, okay? I don't consider myself a professional video taker, or what do you want to call it, cameraman. But I think we pulled up here. And I want to thank
The corporators?
Richard Coons, Robert, Tyrone, Anthony, and of course, Anthony D'Antonio, who just left for the back end. He still had to come to school. I think he fell off the building 10 stories. Didn't he say, Leroy? How many stories did he fall off? 10 stories? He hurt his back. He got up and walked away from him. We were lucky. Huh?
When first year students is to learn how to read the ruler. Well, the ruler is a 6 foot, but we're going to deal with 1 inch as of this moment, because if you learn to read 1 inch, you can read the whole rule. Okay, 1/2 inch plus 1/2 inch equal 1 inch. One-4 inch plus 3/4 inch equal 1 inch. One-8 inch plus 7/8 inch equal 1. Plus 3/8 inch. There are 16 1/16 in 1 inch.
Of an inch, there's 16 of them in 1 inch. Good.
There are 8 1/8 in 1 inch.
8/8 to 1 inch.
We are 8 in 1 inch.
4/4 to 1 inch.
In 1 inch.
And what we have here, fellas, so you know the ruler. There's 1/16 of an inch. There's 16 of them in 1 inch. There's 1/8 of an inch in 1 inch. There is 4 1/4 of an inch in 1 inch. There's 2 1/2 inch in 1. You got it.
This diagram will show you the importance of knowing fractions. Here you have a simple diagram of probably a foundation with 3 openings. Now, if the architect did not give you the measurement from here to here, you have to figure it out by these fractions. You see a fraction 2 feet 4 1/4 inch, 3 feet 8 1/2 inch, 2 feet 4 3/8 inch, 3 feet 4 1/4 inch, 2 feet 4 3/8 inch, 3 feet 8 1/2 inch, 2 feet 8 1/4 inch. Now, to explain this measurement, to get the overall measurement from here to here, see the question mark here, you have to add these fractions up. On the next diagram, we see these measurements have been placed on this sheet. You see the measurements that are called out, the 2 and 4 1/4, 3, 8 1/2, and so on. Well, to figure out these measurements, you have to change these fractions. First thing you have to do is find the common denominator. The common denominator for these will be 8. You see it's over here. All you do, this will equal this, and so on. This will equal this. Since you change the least common denominator to 8, 4 into 8 will go 2 times. 2 times 1 is 2. This is how you get this number. Same thing here. 2 into 8 will go 4 times. 4 times 1 is 4. That's how you get this number. 8 into 8 1 time. 1 times 3 is 3. 4 into 8 2 times. 2 times 1 is 2. 8 into 8 1 time. 1 times 3 is 3. 2 into 8 4 times. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 and 8 2 times. 2 times 1 is 2. This equals this. Now you come to adding up these numbers. Okay. You have 2, 6, 9, 11, 14, 18, and 2 is 20. You have 20 over 8. And here you have 8, 8, 16, 20, 24, 28, 36, 4 is 40. You have 40 here. Then you have 2, 5, 7, 10, 12, 15, 17. You have 17 feet, 40 and 20 over 8 inches. Now you have to change the fractions into inches. Here, first you change this fraction into inches. How you do that is by dividing 8 into 20. 8 into 20 will go 2 times with 4 over. You take the 2 and you add it to this 40. Now you have 42 inches, 4 and over 8. 44 over 8 inches. You keep the 17. Now you change this inches into feet. And how you do that? You divide these inches by 12 inches. You divide 12 into 42, you get 3 times. You take that 3 and you add it to the 17, you get 20. That leaves 6 over. Now you reduce this fraction. 4 into 4 1 time, 4 into 8 2 times. The overall measurement for this is 20 feet 6 1/2 inches. Now you see the importance in knowing fractions. The overall measurement from here to here is 20 feet, 6.5 inches.
Now, wait a minute now. Very good, Raymond. Raymond, listen to me.
Right.
Gotta put that out. But I'm not in it, so it's not in there. Let me just get a better shot of that now, wait. I took my hand off the button when I spoke, so that was good. 6.5 inches is the overall dimensions of this room. Very good. Again, let me bring out to the fact that these fellas started, this will be their 15th session in school. Tonight, we're having a mini contest. So when they get into a contest, they just know how to handle themselves. There's no talking here. And I have the other instructors that come up, is going to be the judge tonight. They're really putting their heart into this. Breaking them in, so when they do go to a contest, they'll certainly know what to do, what to expect at a contest. And I tell you one thing right now, people, 15 times they came to the school, and they're doing very, very good. Here's my buddy Jason. I don't know how he gets them black eyes. He must be fighting a lot, huh, Jay? There's Richie over there. They're all sincere people here. There's Patty. There's Anthony Akins, Robert. Anthony D'Antonio. Last time Anthony was here, remember he had a brace on his back.
What?
No, I said the last time you were here, Anthony, you had a brace on your back. And you still wanted to lay brick that night. Conscientious bricklayer. By the way, the other instructors came in tonight on their own time to be a judge. I think that's beautiful. My buddy Leroy, my helper, my instructor there. Leroy's all right. We have to set a time limit of about an hour and a half on this project. We'll let them know like 10 minutes before time to strike up with their work. And then the other instructors will be the judge. Mr. Ione, he teaches the 4th year, and Artie teaches the 2nd and 3rd year. Notice they put down just the right amount of mortar. Like I said many times, do not try and waste any mortar here. That's the secret if you got it in the first year. When you're laying blocks of brick, you don't put down too much mortar or too little. You just got to know enough mortar to put down. Kind of tight quarters here, so if we happen to work a little bit overhand, we can't help it. The quarters are like Anthony there, Akins is by a column. It's hard to get in front of I always taught him to lay the pier up facing the pier, but sometimes it can't happen like that. Tight quarters like this. So they do the best they can. How you making out, buddy?
Wonderful.
Good. Artie Torrey, Local 13, a hell of a good instructor. He's a cranky.
that's the truth, Cosmo.
He's cranky, but he's good. He knows his stuff. And I love Bill. I gave Bill a hat one time that says, "Bill, you're tops," and he is tops.
That's right. You gave me that.
That's right. You notice there's no cement on the floor. None whatsoever. They got me a nice crew here. Atlantic City, watch out. We're allowed to take a couple more prizes off you down there. Anybody think they can build a 12-inch brick pier? Try it. You might hate it. A couple of bricklayers build this chimney type brickwork because what I do, I always put a Santa Claus up on top, and the first year always wishes the second and third year a Merry Christmas. It just represents Christmas spirit and brickwork. They did a nice job on that too. Of course, I want you to know that these bricks have been used and abused, and that's why there's different colors in them, red and white, whatever. But they still did a good job. You notice now that when they lay the brick, we used to have them hit the level, all that stuff. We don't have that. We don't allow that in school, hitting levels. And levels cost too much money to get banged around. Made this paneling with all the tools, bag, and float, pencil and a marker, the line, the trowel, line trays, line pins, line blocks, joiners, two joiners, small joints and big joints, pointing trowel, the raker, books, hard hat, 4-foot level, shirts, brushes, safety books, bricklaying books. That's pretty sharp. Right up on the wall. Really nice. Look at that. That guy deserves a lot of credit. Nice job. They take this test tonight and they come in next time. We'll probably give them brick sills. Maybe even build a firebox for a fireplace. Taught them how to lay steps, how to lay out steps. And there should be more work along houses. But they say a lot of houses are non-union. No. If our people don't know how to lay out brick steps or build fireplaces, how come the non-union people can do it? And yet, I teach them that. how to lay out bricks. Different bricks, different heights, different steps. Put in a frame, they come, they can read anything they want. Here's a brick step. The guy, instead of having 2 bricks in the stone on the first step, he had 1 brick in the stone. You notice when he comes out the door, he comes right on the platform, the right height. You better come up to the platform with the right height. This is approximately 4 inches to 6 and no more coming out the door. All that's on that frame. Brick step glass, self-explanatory. Have another frame of laying acid brick. The chemical plants. Working for Chiola Brothers and Elizabeth. Be surprised at the condition of the bricklaying. Here's Anthony down in the pit with a mask on and a white uniform on. They don't get contaminated. Big plant, laying fire brick in a hole. In a pit. There's a pit, another pit. Look at that pipe. I don't know how Anthony did it. He got behind that pipe there. Good work. Good work. Times at school, they've been damn good, these kids. You know, instructor's only part of an instrument. It's the fellows themselves that if you want to be a bricklayer, they will be one. On their homework in there. A lot of paperwork. A lot of paperwork. Gave them instructions before we began, and we told them not to ask any questions. Don't bother instructors. You do what's your project you have to do. And that's what they're doing. Like I've always learned the business as a competitive business. I consider myself a fairly decent bricklayer, but I tell you what, I met some good ones out there. Put me to shame. And that's what we're doing here tonight. We're trying to make this a competitive business. I don't look at bricks piers, I look at money piers. Buddy Leroy, a real gentleman, who's picking his nose. Leroy, don't do that. Good guy. Good instructor and a good man. Still at it. Still at it. So let's do this little paneling here. Soldier course, stretch course, the sawtooth course, which you'll see up on parapet walls of these old buildings. They don't do that brickwork today. Sawtooth courses for decoration purposes. And the next one after that is the header course, and of course, the roll-out. It's a nice little project. It took the kid about 6 hours, but it's nice. Some fellas don't even have a car, they come on a bike. I think he comes 5 miles. I give that boy a lot of credit. God bless him. Put the paperwork.
Well, I just must have put it myself and it worked.
All right, Buddy Leroy, he's a good guy.
Yeah, you can have one on you.
This would be for your grandchildren, Lee.
Yeah.
They say, oh, look at that bricklayer there. He looks like a bricklayer. Look at the gun on the kid. Good man. We're about 45 minutes into the contest already, and look at Jay laid about 18 brick there. That ain't bad. That ain't bad. If he was to work 8 hours a night, no doubt in my mind, he probably could build about 2 4-foot high piers in 8 hours. That's a lot of plumbing for them piers, a lot of plumbing. Consuming time here. Not like laying block. Again, I say, it's a very competitive business. And I met some good bricklayers out there, might they? Video is being brought to you by New Jersey Bricklayers and Masons and Plasters, 524 William Street, East Orange, New Jersey. There's about 7 fellas that didn't come up today. For some reason or other. We don't have too many in the class tonight, but usually we have at least 15 of them. So evidently, they got a problem. Maybe they chickened out, who knows? You gotta have a lot of confidence in this business. A lot of confidence. What I told him, I'll go knock off 8 o'clock, so we can, got time yet.
You told them a quarter after 8.
Pardon?
You told them a quarter after 8.
Yeah, but I changed my mind, all right. Looks like snow outside. You gotta get up early.
Father has a catering business in it? Oh, geez, I see his face.
Say before we sign off, this video was made to show the apprentice bricklayer the practical procedures for laying brick. Of course, myself, Cosmo Vitale from Local 18, Leroy Wilson, the bricklayer instructor from 13, Mark Bassinger, bricklayer from 18, and Jason Marino from Local number 13. They all donated their time for this video, and I think it's just beautiful on their part.
He told me his name was John.
Hey fellas, you got 10 minutes, right?
Okay, yeah, cut.
He told me that, I don't know what to do. I'll do it like that.
We finished up the contest there. The fellows left the room, and the instructors will judge their work and give them a mark accordingly.
So, 5.5. No. It's 0.5 times 5.
Times 5.
Yeah, 2.5.
2.5.
2.5.
2.5.
Because we should have. He doesn't have the heights. They get 0 on height. I guess we have level, right?
Mm-hmm. Level?
Level.
Plumb and neatness.
Level is all right. How many points we get for level?
3.
3?
Production and plumbing are 3. The rest are all 1.
Okay, he's off here. He's off at 3, so you gotta give him half.
Yeah, so it'll be 1.5.
Yeah,
1.5. Neatness, Bill?
Neatness, no, he's not neat at all. I give him 0 on neatness.
Okay.
Now, manipulation of tools.
Well, we don't have manipulation down here, son.
Oh, all right, let's not. We only had that one fellow who was hitting his level that I saw. So if it's not... Okay, he's got his heights.
He's got his heights.
that doesn't have his level, he's off here. So give him half, because most of it he's already.
Half on the level?
Yeah, give him half on the level.
Bond he's got,
Bond, he's all right.
and production?
Production, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so he gets 3. How much do we have for needs? What's the amount of needs?
1.
1? So give him half, make these joints look 2 needs.
How about Cosmo? That's the only one we're missing.
He's off 1, so.
So he's got,
If we check 6 pump points and it's 3, so it'll be half for each one. So I actually count 1, 2, 3, 4.
you check 4 or 8?
Well, I checked 8. We should have maybe changed it so it's not easy. These guy was hitting left, so his number. Number 1. Number 1. Number 1. Number 1 does not have any heights at all.
Okay, give me a 0.
He's not level at all. He gets 2 for production, 2. That's not level. Well, he has 1 pump. 1, I got.
What the hell we give him on that?
Not really. Didn't even do all the joints. Okay, he's out of square.
Let's get this guy.
This is number
5.
5. He gets 2 for production.
All right.
Okay, he has the height.
He has the height. Level, Bill?
That's all. That's all. No, he's not level.
Okay. That's nice. Oh, then we give it 2.5. Now, wait a minute, let's see, what do we get for plumbing? Wait, yeah, we have to give it 2.5.
No, it doesn't have the neatness, no. Give him half.
Half on the neatness? Okay. You got these, just, you don't have the heights.
Doesn't have height. Where's this guy's? That's all. All right, so give him half on the.
On the level?
Yeah. one of you, I judge you hard to be critical of them. And later, you know, if we want to talk about them after, you know, I can tell you why, where you're wrong, what, and why, and probably some of the things that you can let fly on the job. But we're going to be very hard because so it's better for us to holler at you. You don't get fired. Okay. Should we, let's,
I don't know the
well,
names,
we're
so
going by numbers. We don't know names. All right, here's the total score. Number 3, 6.5. Number 4, 7.5. Number 3, 3.5. No, excuse me, number 1 is 3.5. Number 5 is 7. Number 2, 6.5. Number 6, 7. So, number 4, 7.5 is the winner. Who is number 4?
Hands for him. All right, now you get all of it, okay? And you're
Get in there, Jay.
You're good. Again, I'd like to thank Artie Torrey, Bill Ione, Leroy, and myself, Cosmo. You can cut that out.
How long are you gonna keep it on that?
There are
Thank you
people
very
in our
much.
local
Take it
who
easy.
think that.
It's only
Because they
6
can't
letters
think
there,
beyond
keeps it
what
on there
they're
for an
told to
hour.
say it that way.
Yeah.
And-
Or
and
it's
I'm-
told to say it.
Yeah, I'm